Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to another video, I guess. Here's my pre-desert biome map. Obviously this was before it was actually released. But I'm going to do a tutorial on the rails and how to, actually use them. First and foremost, you have a lot of your rails here. Let's start with the long one. This is your straightaway. If you need to go for long, then this is your go-to. Now, let's talk about inversions. Actually, no, let's talk about curve. This is the one curve piece we have. It's very lackluster. But keep in mind that you can also use these sidestep rails in order to get your player from point A to B. These go side to side, one block at a time. And that's going to be about it for that. So obviously, you see these arrows. This is usually how you're supposed to connect them. Moving on, let's talk about our slopes. We have your incline, 1x2, this 1x1 incline, and this very steep 1x2 incline. Now, I should note that these two are separate pieces. They will not function the same if you just rotate them, because they'll be all messed up in your maps. So pretty much, you're just going to want to, for one of these, you can do a gradual incline like how I did this here. But as always, keep in mind, if you don't have enough oomph, it's going to go right back. So usually you want to paint them neon, but you can also use these set speed rails, which I do not have. Anyway, next up, there's another one of these that you can use, but it's the other way. I do not have that either. There's the 1x1 and 1x4. These are pretty much just your straightaways, but for less distance. Now, finally, let's get into inversions. I'm going to go over each of these rails. There's the, I believe this is crest, and this is inversion. Do not confuse these two. Crest is mainly for if you want something on the ceiling, like that. Inversion is if you want to go like moi. Now I'm going to demonstrate how you go about doing this. So you'd want to do that. Boom. Now if I put one of these fellers, we're going to go. Okay, now for these, you want to use this one. Come on. There we go. Okay, moving forward. Boom, go up. Obviously, I'm gonna have to paint these a bit more if I wanna actually get any further. Woohoo! And now, for this, I'm going to demonstrate with these temporary blocks. It's way easier if you have the wooden versions, but I do not have those for this demonstration. So we're gonna go up here, and we're going to place this rail. I forget which one's which, honestly. But as you can see, if it's messed up like that, get that out of here. Instead, you want to grab the other rail. Boom. Now a great tip is that you don't want to disorient your players too much, because you're gonna end up like giving them a freaking vomiting fit from being inverted so much. But as always, you can use these around here. And then there's two other rails that I'd like to go over, which I do not have. The detector rail which will send a wiring input when you go over it. And I already talked about the set speed rail, but there's also the switcher rail, which you can use to give some nice switches in your builds. Now, as I round out our railway here, that's pretty much going to be it. I'm going to go on the railway. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tips and tricks video for your rails. They are a very expensive but worthwhile investment, especially the pillow rails. They're really fun in play mode. Gonna wrap this up once we grab our rails here and fully fix them. So now notice how this is all janky. We want to fix that by doing this with our crest. Did I do everyone? Nope. Now for cases like these, you can always use your 1x1s and such to fix it. Albeit it'll run up your block count a little bit more. And then yeah, I could go over things like jumps, but I think that'll have to wait because I'm recording this the day before Monday, which is when video challenges are due. So that's gonna be it. Let me just go over railway real quick. And yeah, it's that simple. A few key things. 1, don't disorient your players. 2, use different types to your advantage to overcome obstacles. And 3, utilize some of the more complicated rails to give it a more smooth experience. Anyway, that's gonna be it. So, bye-bye.